What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Non-Fungible Guys. I'm one of your hosts, NFG Ryan on Twitter. As always, my buddy, my lover, my bro host. I'm just kidding. Devon Codgentin is with me by my side, as always.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We are Non-Fungible Guys.
Nice. Beautiful intro. I wasn't
Thank you.
listening to anything except for the very last thing you said.
That you're my lover?
No, wait.
Oh.
I'm like commented so hard. No.
We're just friends.
You're just...
Strictly platonic.
Oh my God.
What's going on? So if you're new, this is how the episodes always go. We are a Web3 podcast. We like to talk about a lot about Cardano, but we like to go across all blockchains, all sorts of stuff. We go float through crypto, NFTs, security, whatever it is. We just we love the tech. We love everything about the space.
Which means we're talking about stuff we have no idea about, just being like, this is cool, and stumbling through it with you, for you.
Yes, exactly. And I have no background in any of this stuff, but I just like having fun, and hopefully people take away some information or learn something from us, or just enjoy listening to us banter.
That being said, what episode number is this? 80?
This is episode 83. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we're coming off here like we're not experts. We don't know anything. We've done 83 episodes, and some things we know quite well, but the crypto space changes. The Web3 space changes really, really quickly, and
it definitely does.
Yeah, I feel like every week we're humbled greatly.
Yes, so I have a friend that I've met in the Shack. We're gonna have him on. He's been trying to get me to play and check out this NFT project called Champions Ascension. And you know what? Let's just we'll go in blind. We'll get him on. His name is Blitz. So let's welcome Blitz to the show.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. I know you've been an advocate for this for a while, for Champions Ascension, to get me on board. You've been onboarding. It's been fun. You know what? You do a weekly stream as well. So we'll get to that near the end. But I guess the easy question is, what is Champions Ascension?
Yeah, well, you say that's the easy question, but it's pretty in depth. So, basically Champions Ascension is a AAA PC game that's being developed on the Ethereum blockchain by it used to be being built by a company called Jam City, which is a multi-billion-dollar mobile gaming company. Recently, the CEO and a few other people, basically the entire Champions Ascension division, spun out of Jam City and created a new company called Plai Labs. It's spelled PLAI. It's Play with AI. And they received $32 million in seed round funding from A16Z. So they're ready to go. The CEO, Chris DeWolf, founded MySpace, founded Jam City, and now founded Plai Labs, among a huge roster of talent. But basically, that company is building this AAA game. So the game itself is already, at its core, it's an arena battler. It's an MMO. It's going to be an MMO. There's already multiple mini games, and it's playable for a few hours a week as a pre-alpha version right now, and you can even play for free with no asset ownership, which is awesome. Right,
that's quite the catalog of companies, and what you just described. You're because I've been looking at it very, very briefly, and I'm like, this thing is huge. So I thought it was done already. This is not even done.
The game is currently in pre-alpha, but it is playable. Previously, we were playing for 12 hours a week. This week, they are launching a 56-hour playtest window. So from tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern all the way till Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So it's the first try at a window that big. Obviously, with windows that big, you don't have the player base consolidated into small time frames. So you're going to run into longer matchmaking times and all that. But it also opens it up to people in different time zones all over the world who want to play, who are complaining and saying, we want to play at this time, but it's during the middle of the workday when you're open. So it's a great thing all in all. We just need to get a player base in there big enough to really support it.
It's a good sample size too for everything they want to do.
Yeah,
You're trying to make Ryan and I part of that sample size.
Absolutely, guys, get in there.
The more the merrier, right? What was the original supply, I guess? Yeah,
so
there's different variations of characters, right?
Absolutely. So there's the first collection, the Genesis collection, minted in February of 2022. So last year, February, and there was a 10,000 planned. They did a 24-hour mint for 0.3 Ethereum. They minted 7,622 within that 24 hours, and they burned the rest at the end of the day. Just they said they would. They said as soon as it hits the 24-hour period is over, they're going to burn the rest, and it's done. So I guess they had a pre-mint for whitelist that was the day before, so technically it was 2 days. But
right.
the open public mint, they asked the community what they wanted, and they said, a smaller supply is better. So if it doesn't mint, like they could have minted them out themselves and done giveaways, or they could have let people mint for longer. Like it would have minted out in another couple of hours with the rate that people were minting in the last 2 hours. But they said, this is what we promised, and they burned the rest. Okay. So we ended up with 7,622 Prime Eternals, which were minted. So 0.3 Ethereum was the whitelist price, and the actual public mint was a Dutch auction from 1 Ethereum to 0.4 Ethereum.
Oh, cool.
So
let's do a pullback for a second. So some people are listening and they're like, what the hell are these guys talking about? what does it look like? Because when I was talking to NFG Ryan about it, and I was just like, well, what's the style? Like we've seen a lot of these, actually, I don't even know if this is it. We've seen play to earn games. We've seen on-chain games. We've seen pseudo on-chain games and stuff like that. This is how would you describe this? This is fantasy, how would you describe it?
So it's an MMORPG. Yeah. It's an arena battler. So if you've ever played something like For Honor, so you get in there, you're going to fight 1v1 against somebody in a combat fight, or you're going to fight 4v4 against somebody, or 2v2. This game is not I'm not going to shit on anybody's projects, but this game is not a 2D pixelated pay to earn game. This is a full AAA game that's being created, and it looks like World of Warcraft. I mean, basically the game is in full 3D. Your avatars that you play as and walk around with and play mini games and everything, that's your NFT that you own. But also, you don't have to own an NFT to play. It's free to play. And I mean, right now we're talking, you guys are the non-fungible guys, right? So we're presumably talking to the NFT community. So I can pitch the fact that it's the NFT side. But if you're talking to friends who like games, this is a fun game that's fun to play. You don't have to care about NFTs or have any NFTs at all. You don't even need a wallet to log in. You can log in with an email address and password. You can choose to connect a wallet once you learn that part of the game if you want to. So
that's huge.
So cool. Really good for onboarding. And it's still just in pre-alpha. There's so much to come.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it's a full 3D game that you run, you walk around in an open world. It's not that open yet, but there's
eventually,
a world.
That's the plan. Yeah.
It's going to eventually be an open world, and then you can. They're calling it a theme park, but it really is a metaverse, right? I mean, it's a metaverse. Yeah. It's a theme park. You go in. You can talk right away. You can hop in on voice chat. The whole thing is open voice chat, so you can talk, or you can have text chat. You can do fights in the arena or play one of several mini games that are available as well. While you're doing that, you earn tickets. Previously, we had Sleeping Karkadon tickets, which you would mint NFT rewards with. Now they just removed that system. They've added a tournament ticket, which you use to enter tournaments, which will also have rewards. Still very, very early. I don't have a ton of information about what it's going to be, but basically they just replaced the ticket system with a new ticket system. And yeah, I think that there's a lot of gas fees and stuff going. I mean, people were minting boxes, and I minted 450 of the things. So even though they were free, just I paid gas 450 times. So
that's at least you're paying something, I guess, right? with so the type of mini games, I've seen them because I've watched your streams, but there's what, 4 of them or 3?
So right now there's 4 based on the AMA that one of the devs did the other day. He said there are 20 more developed. I think they're just waiting to have them, to add them in at the right time when there's enough players to justify, being split amongst all those different things.
Right.
But yeah, there's 4 mini games right now. One of them is a flower shop smuggling game similar to Imposter, where you've got to figure out, who's on your team and who's not, and advance the goals of your team. One of them is just it's a crab racing game, which is very low user input. It's very random.
Yeah.
One of them is a dice game called Dudo or Liar's Dice. You would have seen it on Pirates of the Caribbean or Red Dead Redemption, where you would play that game. But basically, you sit around a table with 5 people. It's like poker. You try to bluff and lie and figure out what the actual number of a certain number of dice are, and you call Dudo on your neighbor if you think they're wrong. So try to get them out. And there's also drunken racing.
I was going to say that one, I was going to bring that one on. That one I was telling Devon just before we went on, and I was like, this one's pretty funny to watch.
It's a lot of fun, and basically it's a huge mess of chaos. All of the controls invert and they change frequently. The more you're running through a race, and every time you get to a separate barrel or checkpoint, the controls will change. And then the more barrels or checkpoints you do, is the more drinks you've had. So the more frequently the controls will change on you. So you don't know which button is forward. You don't know which button is backward. You're looking around and there's question marks on your head and you're trying to figure out which is the right barrel to run to.
Screen
and then they
blurry.
added the screen gets blurry. And then they added this feature now where you'll start to get sick. And if you don't approach one of the other racers, if you lock into one of the other racers with your aura, they'll puke. But if you don't get to one of them fast enough, you'll puke. So you just stop and throw up. Like, it's really funny. You can really tell what they're going for. It's just a bunch of drunken idiots running around in a circle, So
yeah, exactly. That's entertaining, right? Who doesn't love watching that or participating, right?
That's right. It's a good time. I've done full streams like before the Combat Arena came out. I did full streams just running tournaments of drunk racing. So,
and at the time, you were if you won the drunk race, you were getting those tickets, like you were saying, right?
Everything, yeah. I mean, you're still getting tickets for everything. Now the tickets are just going to have a different purpose, and again, we're still kind of waiting to figure out to learn what that is. So,
right. Devon, any questions? You got it?
Yeah, I actually wanted to I was looking at these Prime Eternals, and because I was looking at them on OpenSea, they look really, really cool. And I was just
how would you describe them, Devon?
Well, they're 3D when they're all animated, but they're wild. Like, it's like that, because you probably know this better. Like, you can level up your character or whatever, but you can't level them up to this level. So that's what makes the NFT so special. And they're like a hybrid of so like if you're playing with a Prime Eternal, it's not like you're gonna fully win because there's strategy and all these other factors, but you're like very, very much at an advantage, right?
So the way that it works is a Prime Eternal will never be in contest against like a low tier champion. They'll have their own league, right? Their own tournaments. It'll be like you have to be either a Prime Eternal, or basically you have to be at least an Eternal. So I can talk all about how like there's multiple tiers of play right now. Only the Prime Eternals are out, and the Elemental Eternals. Both of those can be bred together. When you breed a Prime Eternal with a Prime Eternal, or an Elemental Eternal with an Elemental Eternal, or a Prime with an Elemental, it will create a challenger, and that's your base entry-level champion, and those are created by people who own these NFTs. So you create challengers, you breed them, and then the challengers can then be raised up, and they can be raised to Gladiator, they can be raised to Eternal, and at that point they'll be strong enough to compete with the Prime Eternals in the same league.
Gotcha. Okay. You know what's interesting, Ryan? If this was its own collection, just like not even connected to Champions Ascension, just like this is something that I would like. I'd be like, okay, they're animated, they're 3D. And just to say, like, there's like a rhino type character, or a wolf type character that's like the wolf has like horns, like ram's horns, and then there's like a lizard who's got wings. Almost everyone have wings, but like this is like a standalone good enough kind of collection on its own.
For sure. The artwork on its own just is standalone, right? You don't like
the artwork's great. It's built by professional 3D artists out of the Bogota studio in Colombia. They're great. The artwork's great, and that's what they look like in game. You're getting pretty much that asset in game. And when you own one, you can go on the website and you can download a Twitter PFP. You can download a 3D model. You can download just like a wallpaper poster, a GIF, an MP3. Like they've got all these different versions that you can have. If you click into any of those NFTs while you're on OpenSea, you'll see its full body image as well. Which is so you get the close up when you're browsing, but if you click into them, then you get the full body of them kind of flying there. Yeah, they're really beautiful. Yeah, and so I mean the design of the game was to be you're a maestro, or I don't know if you watch Spartacus, they called them the Dominus. You're the guy who owns the champions, and the champions are monsters, right? They're monsters. They're supposed to be monsters. Some of them are a little more angelic, some of them a little more humanoid, but generally they're monsters. There's beasts, there's demons. They look cool, they look scary, and you're basically a guy or a girl who controls a bunch of monsters and sends them to fight for you, which is just awesome.
That makes sense. I was actually watching the preview video and I was like, who's this guy? But like, that's the Dominus that's like fight or whatever in the arena. Like,
yeah, the if you get into the lore, the Emperor is a big lore character, and he'd be the guy who says whether they live or die. And
the thumbs up thing. That's cool.
That's the other thing too, right? Like it is an NFT project, so there is the lore, there is a Discord, there is like it comes with all the the small time NFT projects that we see day to day, right?
There is an exhaustive amount of lore. We're on the 4th season of lore right now. The writer Ryan Kaufman, he is now one of the founders of Plai Labs, and I don't know if you know that name at all, but he if you've played any of the Telltale games, or any of the Star Wars LucasArts games, he basically wrote them all. So legit, very big name in writing. The Chris Trammell or Oscar Hobbs, he's the guy who's heading the development of the combat system.
Yeah,
he basically invented the modern combat system. If you ever play, I think it was a PlayStation 2 or 3 game back in the early 2000s. It was that Lord of the Rings game that everybody loved, which was the first time you really ever had that like R1 light attack, R2 heavy attack system with block, dodge, parry, that system. Him and his team created that system 20 years ago. And now he's heading the creation of it's that same system you see in every really good game with like Elden Ring or block, dodge, parry, light, and heavy attacks, right? So he created that system, and now he's creating this new system which has attacks for each of the parts, and also light and heavy attacks and combos and parrying. It's a fully action combat system with parrying, blocking, dodging, timed attacks, proper distancing. It's very complicated, or not complicated, but complex in design, and it's incredibly fun.
Damn, I just went to join the Discord. 81,000 people.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. What's the community like? And like we're seeing like this is the play to earn that or whatever that. No, I keep on saying play to earn. This is the crypto gaming, blockchain, on-chain gaming that we've been like waiting for. This is the stuff that's going to make it. Not necessarily, I mean, most things will fade away eventually, but like this is like it being done well at the highest level. And like you're fully on it. You're fully bullish.
I'm so bullish, man. We still don't really have anything in the way of tokenomics. So there's 88,000 people in the Discord, but most of them are silent. And bunch of them are probably bots. We did a big bot purge, but I'm sure like any other Discord, there's probably a bunch of bots in there. But still, we have a few hundred very active members. the activity dies down after Saturday until about Wednesday, because the playtest period is from Thursday to Saturday, and that's when you're going to see people going crazy in the Discord with ideas and talking and getting together for groups. They added 3 versus 3 combat a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's pretty freaking awesome.
So every Thursday they're doing 3 versus 3 play testing. So that's when you're going to get a lot of group stuff going on. And if you've got friends who play, get in a voice chat, go around and play together. That really shows you what this game is capable of being. And they've got a raid boss in the works, because it is again going to be a full MMO.
I was just about to ask that question. Yeah.
Sorry, sometimes I talk too much.
No, that's okay, because I was thinking, okay, so 3-on-3 or 3 versus 3. I was like, I wonder if I could team up with a couple buddies and go raid a cave. Like, I've never been a massive fan of like World of Warcraft and all those kind of games, but I know it's a massive market for stuff like that, like raiding and leveling up characters and all that kind of. Well, it's MMO, right? That's what that stands for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that they're also going to do that side too, right?
For sure. There's going to be tons of PvE content. There's also going to be land. They announced this thing called Maestro Towers, where you'll be able to build your tower and set traps and put your unused champions in it, and people will have to go in and basically beat your tower in order to claim the reward at the top.
Oh, that's awesome.
You'll make money or tickets or whatever the system is when they introduce it, based on their entry fee into your tower. So everyone will be able to have their own tower. And so let's say, like, I have 30 champions. I'm probably going to play 2 or 3 of them. I need something to do with the rest, right? And this is something I can do without having a scholar. I can assign 10 of my champions to my tower and make it hard and put a good reward at the top, right? And Have you ever played Arma 3? No.
Okay, so it's like a army game. And me and my buddies, you would be able to like have a base, store stuff in there. Other people, you would have safes and stuff like this. And that kind of reminds me of that. Like, I used to have so much fun doing that, where we just randomly run around the world, and it's like you'd have missions, but then you could also go raid people's bases. And that'd be cool that you have to fight their NFTs, and both parties could win from that in a sense.
Absolutely. And previously you were spending tickets on minting NFT boxes, and within those boxes there was this new collection called the Imperial Gallery collection, and we didn't know what the utility of those was going to be. We had no idea. There's titles, there's pieces, there's works of art, there's stickers, and they're priced pretty low for the most part, because nobody had any idea what they were going to be. And they just threw this out a couple of weeks ago. The stickers will be modifiers you can place on each floor in your tower. So you can say, like, people using a Karkadon, which is the Rhino character, for example, will not be able to use their claws. Or the works of art, each work of art will change the layout of the floor completely. And the titles will make it so you can have more floors on your tower, and you can assign more champions to each floor. So they're all of this collection that we've been basically minting for the last 6 months or so is going to tie into these Maestro Towers, which is really cool. And if you have a chance to look, they put out recently, as I mentioned, Plai Labs with Play with AI. They're working on a lot of AI stuff and ways that you can build these towers using AI. They put out a little sneak peek as to the AI that they're working with for the inside of the tower. And it's like, you know how you would do Mid-Journey and you would write,
you give it prompts.
I want a picture of this, and it will give you a its best effort. They have that, but for the interior design of the Maestro Tower. So you could say, I want it to look like a spaceship. I want it to look like, and it just AI generates the atmosphere that you're in, which is so cool. Go check out the Champions Ascension Twitter.
Yeah.
And you'll see they have posted videos of it. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
This is I get it. This is so many levels, and like it's like a great, beautiful combination of so many different like characteristics of like blockchain shit and AI now and everything. This is so good.
Yeah. And we're kind of talking about the Prime Eternal collection, and we left out the Elemental Eternal collection a little bit. The Elemental Eternal collection was a free mint in February to get more champions into the hands of gamers. And it's probably around 50 or $60. So you don't have to pay $1,000 or $800 for a character. You can get one of these elemental Eternals. They're very similar in power to a Prime Eternal. There are some tokenomic differences, which we don't have to get into right now. But
yeah,
as far as just you want to play the game, you can play for free. If you decide you like the game and while you're playing for free, then you can get one of these champions that is super cheap. They're like $60-$70, but
yeah,
it's not hundreds. So
yeah, the introductory price isn't like what's that one, that Axie Infinity, where it's like you guys spend thousands of dollars to get involved.
2,500 to basically just pay or whatever.
Yeah. This is I know you're kind of tight on time, so I don't want to keep you too long. This is awesome. My only downside is just the timing, but obviously I guess they have the windows. Well, now they got all, would you say 56 hours?
So this, I don't know what it'll be next week, but this week they're testing a 56-hour time period. So right from tomorrow, Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, all the way till Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So
Ryan, go be that two-headed monster and play for the both of us.
No, I'm gonna definitely check it out. Blitz has been trying to get me to. How do I not test it? It's 56 open hours. I gotta try it out at some point.
You can find an hour in there.
Yeah, I can find an hour too. Like kids, forget whatever. I'm busy. I'm doing research. But yeah, this is. We're definitely gonna have you on again and do the real, because this is kind of like a mini dive into it. But we'll have to do the real deep dive and get, like I said, I know you know your shit when it comes to this this whole project. And I guess, do you want to let's give out your socials and stuff? Because I mean, I know, like I said, you do the live streams and all that fun stuff. Before we let you go, shoot out your, I guess your Twitch handle and all that stuff.
Yeah. So my Twitch is MRC Blitz. And lately, though, I've been streaming on the Champions IO Twitch stream, so the official Twitch for Champions. I'm just doing I wasn't really planning to or trying to monetize my Twitch at all, so it was just easier for me to go on with them, give them some extra content. But either way, like I might still use mine for other stuff too, but it's just annoying to switch between the two different streams.
For sure.
So YouTube as well. It's MRC Blitz. So just the letters MRC and then Blitz, which is BLITZ.
Perfect. Devon, any last questions?
No.
Wow. Thank you.
No, I know. Honesty, I'm kind of like trying to take it all in, figuring out like how this is going to go. I'm actually excited about it. This is cool. I never would have seen this. I never would have like looked into this. So this is pretty cool. And hearing what you said earlier on, how you're like, man, there's like hours and hours to talk about. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. And you're saying they're not even done yet. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's only in pre-alpha. There's only 4 out of the 12 characters that are currently usable in the arena. So the development is ongoing. Once all 12 characters are done, then maybe at that point we'll enter kind of more of an alpha or beta mode. But the thing about it is they don't need to have the full game ready to launch the game. They just need to have parts because it's being built iteratively. They can always add content. But in order to fully market to like the masses, you got to have enough of a polished game to bother spending the money. So the player base isn't huge yet because they haven't marketed it yet. So,
I guess actually do have with the ownership of your player, does the ownership fractionalize down to like inventory, or is it just like your player and that's it? Or is any of your inventory like its own NFT? Like,
so the expectation is probably yes. We're waiting on the new white paper, which will have all that. Hopefully I'll have all that information. But right now there is no inventory. There's no items that you're looting. But that's something that will come later, and you'll be able to own land and forge weapons, which you can then sell. But whether you're selling them in game and then the currency is what gets extracted, or whether you're physically selling NFTs. I don't know. I know Champions.
It opens that option for both. Like,
Exactly. And like right now, they've been having a lot of talks with Polygon. Right now, they're at the Game Developers Conference, and they're at the Polygon booth tomorrow.
That's in San
So
Francisco right now, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. And so that's going on right now, and they're at the Polygon booth tomorrow. And the creative director is talking on the Polygon panel, and we've had, multiple mentions and Polygon things going on. So we have to assume that at some point we're going to be gaming on the Polygon network.
Yeah.
Right? We're not
with gas and stuff, but yeah,
I have to assume, or there'll be something to do with Polygon, but nothing's been officially announced.
Well, EVM's coming, right? It'd be wicked, Devon, if they did. Blitz, do you know anything about Remark protocol?
Nope.
Oh, you should take a look into that. If Champions Ascension integrated with that, it'd be huge.
That's essentially that's like your fractionalized NFT. Like you own your NFT, that's your game person, and then your game person, when you own your inventory, but like your NFT owns the NFT, that's your inventory. And
so if you sell the NFT, it goes with the inventory.
Goes with everything.
But
NFT owns other NFTs. Yeah, so if you equip a sword
and stuff, and like group them in different ways, you can do because it's all on chain, they're all NFTs. So you can do but
that's a cool idea. It, definitely awesome. And if you guys have opportunities to talk with some of the devs or some of the team members from Champions Ascension, definitely bring up your expertise, because they're always looking for feedback. I do want to say before I go that I am not a representative for Champions Ascension. I do not work there. I am a member of the community. I'm a diehard fan. I've been involved with it since day one, but I do not represent them in any official capacity. So if I made a mistake, it's all on me, man.
There you go.
Was everything you said financial advice?
Yeah,
and none of it.
NFA.
I actually don't think I said anything about buying them, other than
because it was
there's one cheaper entry price.
There you go.
Yo, Blitz, thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I'm absolutely happy to come on again when we have more time to do a deeper dive. I can talk about this for hours. I can prepare and tell you everything and anything about Champions Ascension, from how the different combos work for each character, from what's available now, from how the one essence is stronger than the other essence because they are in a rock paper scissors cycle. I can talk for days on this, so I can tell you everything.
You know what I want to see? I just want to see Devon get in the battle arena with you and watch you just absolutely dummy him.
Why would you?
It's just not fair. It's just not.
It is though, but it's funny. It's still funny to me.
I think it'd be more fun to watch the two of you get in the arena and let me shoutcast how silly.
I at least played video games most of my life. Devon, he'd be like, "Where's the buttons? What do I do? Is the computer on? I don't know." No,
but then all of a sudden, for some reason, I excel at the drunken racing. They're like, "It's because it doesn't make sense." No, not even Key Masters, I'm sure, could win in that.
That's funny. Honestly, thank you so much. I'm glad we got to do a little mini dive into Champions Ascension and
segment here. That's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we tried something new. I mean, this kind of last minute rush to put together, but I think it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Well, thanks for having me on. And definitely, if you guys want to plan for a longer one, I'd happily jump on, or I can try to connect you with the team. And if you wanted to get them on, that'd be awesome too.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much, Blitz.
All right,
awesome, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good night.
Yo, that was cool. I would never look into this on my own, but then doing a little bit of research, I was just like, oh shit.
Dude, there's so much to it. Like, I wanted to jump into the project, but it's like, I mean, for the main characters is only like the floor price is 0.4 ETH, which isn't crazy. Like, okay. I could get 4 Bill Murrays with that price right now. But like, there's a lot. It's in depth. Like, for me, I would like to do it where I could run around solo, because I was going to ask him that, but again, we had a short time window with him. But I wanted to ask, well, can I go on and I have an hour to kill and go raid a cave or go upgrade my character? That's the stuff I would do. I'm not into the 1v1 or I'm not into the Mortal Kombat style.
I agree. So, and then one of the things I'm thinking now, of course, is like from the the way we assess this typically, do we think it's popular enough that it's going to, like, it was actually good because he answered our questions about like the CEO and the backing of the founders really quickly. So I
Yeah.
wanted to see like how legit it was. But it's like, do you think this will be the one that everyone goes to so that when you want to go sell your Prime Eternal, the profit's ridiculous because they've either level it up or because you can never get another Prime Eternal because they're not minting anymore.
Yeah, that's I guess
or
only...
even the floor ones right now, right? Like the floor will be what it is. I don't know. I don't remember what he said about the minting plan for the entry ones, but it's like, just wondering what the play is here. Like you can't get into Axie now. Are they going to go that way or?
No, I think they want to make it because he said you don't even need the NFC to play the game. So if they leave it at that standard where it's like you could buy into the system with an NFT, it'd be interesting to see. Like, could I just whore out one of my champions and keep creating and creating? Or I mean, they've got to have a cap built.
It's got to be, if your champion's like good enough, then I wanted to ask him that, but like if we wouldn't know.
That's like what's the Cardano horse racing?
Coin racing.
Yeah, it's like you just got a stallion and you just keep breeding the shit out of it. You're like, I'm not even racing them no more.
You're not. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you just list it and someone buys it.
Yeah. So there's so much to it though, because it's like you can go raid. Like for me, it's the MMO style of the game. Like I don't necessarily care about the battle arena, but like all the other stuff you can do. And then from the sounds of it, there's like legit. The whole team is like professionals. Like
100%.
They're not doing it wrong. They're going to be doing it right. So it's something to look out for. And I asked a couple people that I'm in group chats with. No one's ever heard of it.
No, that's the next thing. Who's heard of it? And like that, that doesn't mean anything. It's still
it doesn't mean that because he even said Blitz said they haven't even marketed it yet. Yeah. There's been no marketing. Think of all those stupid well, you don't have Apple, but all those dumb apps. I see it with my kids. All the stupid apps that they download and they just hammer away with ads.
Yeah.
They haven't even hit that level with Champions Ascension. Yeah. Wait till it gets to that. This could be go ahead.
Why did he gravitate to this? How did he find this?
He said he's been with it for day one. We didn't even ask him, but that's but that's the thing. Like, we don't even know. Like he said, he's not part of the team. He's honestly just a fan of NFTs in the space, just like us. Yeah. And he obviously found them day one. Like he's on their, they have I think they took they all went in the metaverse, all into the Champions Ascension, tavern. And they took a huge group photo and he's like, and that's going to be on the wall in the tavern forever. And he's in there and you know what I mean? So he's been in there since the beginning.
Well, in my tiny amount of research, there are people talking about YouTube peoples are talking about it, full on chain gaming. Because we talked about this way back and I can't even remember what they're called now, but there's partial on chain gaming where it's nothing's on chain except for, the character. But I think this is full, everything.
Yeah, it's kind of the half on chain is kind of like layer twos where they compile all their data in their metaverse. And then one time send it to the blockchain. Right. And this is, you're saying, I didn't even, so it's on I'm interested what it is. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. I wonder if they move towards a layer 2, would they just create their own metaverse? Or create their own chain. So it's the Champions Ascension chain. Or could they just get away with just using the blockchain like Polygon?
I think Polygon's the way to go, right? Yeah.
I would love to talk to. I'm hoping he can get us in touch with some of the team and I'd love to bring up the whole EVM remark stuff. Yeah, this is if that game took off, they have to be.
Not, yeah. I don't. Okay, cool, good shit. All right, what else is going on?
Let's see. Where's your notes here?
What else?
Want me to just keep going with what's happening?
Well, let's talk about these last two things. Where is it? Just because my notes. Screw my notes. These things I just don't understand.
Let me pull.
Well, not the first one. The second. I just don't understand the BACC or whatever.
Okay, so this just popped up on the radar the last few days. Honestly, I hadn't heard about it, but it's all over Cardano Twitter and in the Discords. It's called Bored Ape Cardano Club. I have no idea where the hell they came from. Like it just, like I said, it just popped up. It looks like there's 4,999 items.
Jesus. Okay.
And from what okay, let me read their description on JPEG Store because I don't even know. Oh, it does say it has a Discord and it has a Twitter. Okay. On their Discord, on JPEG Store, it says serious long-term Bored Ape project on ADA, a community-driven NFT project, non-matching any Ethereum Bored Ape Yacht Club trait combinations.
So, okay, non-matching. So they took this and made the most blatant derivative of the biggest derivative because it's of the most popular project, but nothing, no combinations are the same. So each one that you're looking at is a unique combination for a Bored Ape, but it's obviously, not many people know that.
So it is not getting somehow. Okay, it has sold out. They sold out. I don't know the mint price. I'm trying to scroll back.
Were you aware of this before mint? Like, when did this happen?
Dude, it just popped up like 3 days ago and I kept seeing it. I'm like, what? And everybody is like, how is this? Who are selling and who is buying these things? Because from what I remember, or from what I'm just going to say, I think it was a free mint.
Okay.
And I don't know, like their first tweet says, oh, wow. First tweet's January 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
They are the third most popular collection in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. But oh no, you know what? That's from January 7th. I clicked on a tweet by accident. Nice. Yeah, they just popped up. I think it was a free mint. What's their floor price right now? 192 ADA.
Yeah.
And what I kept seeing on Cardano Twitter is like, this is a joke. Who the F is minting this crap? Blah, blah. And just everybody's shitting on the project. Again, I know nothing about this project, but like, here's from July 18th, 2022. They had 1,500 followers. So I guess they've been around. Unless they rebranded and changed the name and it was something different. And
I clicked the website. Music doesn't play.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of them?
Not at all. I heard about it today for the first time. And because someone was like, good morning to everyone except Bored Ape Cardano Club holders.
Yeah. So many people are like dislike them. So all the FUD I'm seeing online is like people were taking, like they used their backgrounds were like stock images. Like everybody's just like Googling like this one. Are you on JPEG?
Yeah.
Cardano Ape 1644. It's like a sunset with mountains in the background. It's it's on sale for like 228 right now.
What did you say the number was?
1644. Oh, look at what you call JPEG Store flagged this as a derivative. This project has been flagged by the community to be a derivative of another project. That's interesting. But that background, I saw someone, it was like a stock image or it was an image from like a book, a digital book that's online. Like they just stole them. Yeah.
Okay. So this is like someone running an honest scam.
I don't know. Like, I don't like to me, the description, oh, we're a serious long-term Bored Ape project. Like, I mean, to me, that sounds like it's like a joke. Like someone's kind of laughing as I write that, but I don't know. Like, I don't even want to join their Discord. I'm just
the community. The team is 6 people apparently.
Are you on the website?
Yep.
They have 8,000, almost 9,000 followers. So I don't know. I guess it was in our blind spot. I don't know. I like the artwork because I mean, who doesn't like Bored Apes? You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying I like their style or their attributes or whatever, but I like Bored Apes. So it's like, it's right up that alley of being the exact same thing. But I don't know, man. What do you think? Look at the Twitter banner. That was the other thing someone was saying. if you look at their Twitter banner, it's like a joke compared to like the actual artwork. Like,
Sure, agreed. I was looking at that because on their website you can see a better version of it.
Yeah,
I'm just confused. I literally am just confused. I think we're all confused because we don't know what this is.
Yeah, I'm very confused. I don't know if it's a rug pull. I don't know if it's like a homage to them and they just happen to make all this money. Of course, is it a Docs team? I guess not, eh?
No. Well, I mean, maybe it doesn't look like it from the website, but you don't see any handles.
I mean, obviously this is one of those DYORs, but I have no, like, what's their white paper?
Oh my gosh.
What?
The founder, Martin. Yeah, he's got a Twitter handle.
Oh yeah, they do have Twitter handles in their white paper. So, but are they docs online, I guess?
Let's get them on the podcast.
Hey, if they want to come on and say, hey, fuck you guys for fudding us or we're a legit team, then I mean, I'll eat my words if they're like legit, like they're not. They popped up out of the blue to me this last week and people were just fudding the shit out of them.
Yeah. So we're seeing a retweet I'm looking at a retweet from June 29th, 2022. Today we decided to reveal the official board map. Like really short term, long term, like if this is yo,
listen, if people started crying on Twitter tomorrow that this closed and their money was taken, I wouldn't be surprised. But like I said,
long term is going to have potentially a banana utility token.
But I don't know what to say. Like, I like the artwork because I like Bored Apes. It's weird. I don't understand how I didn't know about this prior to this. But like, it's like pick your blockchain. There's Bored Ape, Soul Club, Bored Ape, this thing, Bored Ape, like Polygon Apes. There's like this version of Bored Apes on every blockchain.
This might be ours, and if it is, it's a really good version of it. It's a good division. I mean, a good derivative.
But I don't know what to think. I really don't.
Obviously, I don't trust it. I wouldn't go and buy it. But yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, cool. We're gonna find out. Let's update of this in like a month.
You want to see it? Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm in. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Go check out Champions Ascension. Go check out MCR Blitz on Twitch and on Twitter. Thank you very much to Blitz for coming on and, starting the preliminary groundwork for our research. And I guess start the music, Devon, because NFGs.
We out.
Anytime you hit it.